Hello, hi. Our project for natural language processing is sentiment analysis, which is done by Pavan Kumar, which is me, Mahendar Reddy, and ManiVikram. So the abstract of the project is uh, basically sentiment analysis leverages the explosion of internet communication like social media to analyze public opinions and impressions on various subjects. It is useful to understand what the users are actually saying, like if the text is good or bad, something like that. The analytical process utilizes natural language processing and text mining to sift through text, identifying subject sentiment and that influence decision making. Despite its advantages, sentiment analysis faces significant challenges in accurately interpreting emotional data and correctly determining sentiment polarity. Uh, so the introduction of this is something like this. Sentiment analysis has basic essential for business government needs due to the proliferation of online opinions. With its roots in natural language processing, this tool assesses emotions in text and has evolved greatly since its inception. Diverse methodologies, including machine learning and lexicon-based approaches, have been employed to address these issues. This paper, our survey aims to provide a comprehensive view of sentiment analysis, evaluating various techniques and their respective metrics. There are various levels of sentiment analysis, like document level sentiment analysis. It deals with entire documents being analyzed and produces single sentiment output. This is basically used for classifying large pieces like book chapters. Can be domain specific with the challenges in cross-domain and cross-language analysis. The other sentiment analysis level is sentence level sentiment analysis. In this, each sentence in the document is analyzed for its sentiment. Crucial when a document has mixed sentiments. Focuses on subjective classification, helpful for ambiguous statements. The other one is phrase level sentiment analysis. Sentiments are deduced from phrases within sentences. So this is some more in-depth part of the sentence level analysis, especially relevant for product reviews with multiple sentiments. Words and adjectives become key indicators of sentiment in this phrase level sentiment analysis. The other one is the aspect level sentiment analysis. This is the most in-depth part of the analysis that we can do in this part. Focuses on specific aspects within the sentences. Each aspect gets a sentiment score, culminating in aggregate sentiment for the sentence. Addresses multiple sentiments in a single sentence, making it nuanced. So this one will show the depths of the sentiment analysis, like talk in the entire document or a file or data. First the document level is performed and then the sentence and the phrase and then aspect level. It goes into depth from top to bottom. There are the data where we could get is in this part the data collection and feature selection process. The first is data collection process. The primary data comes from social media, web scraping, news channels, and forums for sentiment analysis. Forums with dynamic user-generated content provide domain-specific sentiment data. Social media offers insights into consumer product interactions and is crucial for behavioral sites. E-commerce sites user reviews reveal sentiments towards specific products or services. Feature selection. Identifying relevant features is pivotal for creating a classification model. Emojis express emotions, aiding in sentiment analysis, and are categorized into positive and negative sentiments. Punctuations like exclamation marks emphasize sentiment intensity. A review can be broken down into unicounts like single words, two words, three words during model training. Slang words like lol and ROFL can hint at sentiment and require contextual understanding. This picture shows us how the process is done. Like first the data selection will happen and then data scraping, like where we get the data from, and then the data analysis, like uh, we clean the data, and then the approach like what we are going to do, the approach like dictionary based approaches and all those, and then the task like the original process is done on the data. The other part is the feature extraction. So there are some details in this like the basic principles. Feature extraction is vital for sentiment classification, influencing model performance. Techniques like term frequency, parts of speech tagging, and recognize negation are standing. Term frequency, a foundational approach in natural language processing, represents word counts in documents, can be enhanced with TF-IDF for weighing token significance. Negations, words like not can reverse sentiment polarity. Carefully handling is needed to ensure accurate sentiment interpretation. Natural language sentiment, natural sentiment handling. Natural evaluation, often overlooked, can be used to delineate between positive and negative sentiments. Techniques involve sentiment aggregation and weighted consensus models. Bag of words represents word occurrence in documents without considering syntactic meaning, can be enhanced using TF-IDF for better performance. Word embedding clusters words with similar meaning in vector space using methods like word to vector, something like that. Word to vector with its C4 and SG models predict, predicts target words for context words, and the rest will be continued by my friend.
Hi, I'm ManiVikram Katoz. So I would be continuing the next slides. So the feature selection approach. So the feature selection approach streamlines the data by discarding like different which is not relevant characteristics under sentiment classification, which include lexicon based, that means handcraft features, and also the statistical methods. The examples of lexicon are SentiWordNet, that is like sentiment value for words, and SentiNet for deep learning sentimental models. And when it comes to statistical methods, it comprises the filter, which is based on the data properties like wrapper, embedded, and hybrid methods. So the filter is efficient for very large data sets, and the wrapper is intensive but specific. Embedded is algorithmic centric, and hybrid offers optimal feature subsets by entering multiple methods. So the task of sentiment analysis. So the sentiment analysis, the figure it shows the subject with the classification, sentiment classification, opinion spam detection, implicit language detection, and the aspect extraction. And in the sentiment classification, it goes with the cross language classification and as well cross domain classification and polarity detection. So the sentiment analysis overview, there are three core approaches like as I said, lexicon based, machine learning based, and hybrid. So when it comes to the lexicon based approach, users are predefined token scores for sentiment and token score for intensity from +1, which is highly positive, to -1, which is highly negative, and also the aggregate scores for overall sentiment. The benefits are unsupervised and no training data is required for this lexicon based approach. The drawbacks are domain dependence, like a word which are very varied by the domain. And the next method is corpus-based approach. It uses syntactic and semantic patterns for sentiment analysis, which starts with the predefined sentiment terms, and it also identifies the context-dependent orientations. And examples are Park and Kim used linguistic constraints for the sentiment consistency. And the types of corpus-based approach are statistical approach and semantic approach. When it comes to the statistical approach, uses co-occurrence patterns and mutual information. Example applications include detecting review manipulations. And the semantic approach calculates similarity scores using resources like BoardNet for sentiment analysis. The other method is dictionary-based method. It uses manually collect a set of opinion of words and builds the synonyms and antonyms. Sensors from resources like SentiWordNet and online dictionaries expand the word list. The challenges include domain-specific opinion word identification. So if you look at the image, the sentiment analysis has different approaches: lexicon-based approach, machine learning, hybrid, and the other approaches. So we mostly discuss about the lexicon-based approach, machine learning approach, and hybrid approach in this presentation, which are important for the sentiment analysis. So when it comes in the lexicon-based approach, dictionary-based and corpus-based approach are uh, the two topics. And then when it comes to the dictionary-based approach, as we discussed earlier in the previous slides, it is again divided into statistical and semantic. When it comes to the machine learning approach, it uses different classifiers to get the insights of the data. The different classifiers are decision tree, linear, rule-based, probabilistic, and k-nearest. So in the linear classifiers, again, it is divided into supervector machine and neural networks. And the probabilities classifier is divided into multinomial, naive Bayes, and the maximum entropy and the Bayesian network. And again, the neural networks in the linear classifiers are divided into recurrent neural network, CNN, convolutional network, LSTM and bi-LSTM, and transformer network. So when it comes to the machine learning approach, machine learning can discern sentiments through the NLP, that is a natural language processing, and computational techniques. The two main approaches are supervised learning and lexicon-based unsupervised learning, which are you can call as supervised and unsupervised. While unsupervised strategies tap into detailed lexicons and databases, supervised ones often more accuracy. Sentiment classification using linguistic factors matches text features to fundamental levels. This machine learning approach can grasp contextual nuances, sarcasm, and wordplay beyond more definitions. So if you look at the picture, the clustering and the algorithms. So this is the raw data, and this is the model and the algorithm. Then the trained algorithm, and manual review. So then the production. But if we go into the unsupervised, this is supervised and this is unsupervised. So in the unsupervised, this is the raw data. Then we use the clustering algorithm. Then the clusters are divided into uh, different clusters. Then it goes to the production. So commonly used algorithms uh, are navy by support vector machine, logistic regression, and the decision tree, maximum entropy, k-nearest, semi-supervised learning. So and the next one is the hybrid approach. The hybrid models combine machine learning and lexicon-based models for the enhancement sentiment analysis. This technique, popularly for its adaptability, integrates both statistical and some hybrid models like combining SVM and RF. So, for example, a hybrid approach yielded 84% accuracy on Amazon product review dataset. And the neural network and SVMs have been leveraged in sentiment analysis, like certain studies indicating complementary performance. And neural ANNs have gained traction for their potential comparisons, suggest ANNs often performs SVMs and runtime costs. And the RNN, which is recurrent neural networks, and the variants like LSTM and GRU have widely uploaded sentiment tasks with attention models, further enhancing the performance. The next slides would be continued by my friend Mahendar Reddy Tallapureddy. Yeah, I'm Mahendar Reddy Tallapureddy. I'm continuing the next slides of the presentation. It's RNN and its variants. Traditional RNNs, which is, remember the fashion information face challenges like vanishing gradients. However, variants like the BLSTM consider both past and future data, especially the transfer learning machines using the BERT and GPT. These deep learning techniques are increasingly popular with several offering enhanced performance through the architectures. And transformers in natural language processing is introduced in 2017 by Google Brain and affiliates. The transfer model radical influence in
NLP applications, comparing compa- comprising the encoders and decoders with attention mechanism. This model allows the parallel input processing. The model uses connections to improve outcome, showcasing the transformative potential of the attention based on the models in NLP. The summary of the tables is comprehensive look at the advantages and disadvantages of the various sentiment analysis technique. Meanwhile, these methods are used by authors in machine learning and deep learning for sentiment analysis. Performance evaluation parameters. The performance of the positive and true negative, false positive and false negative, precision, recall, F1 score, accuracy and specificity, and TF-IDF. These are the performance parameters of the evaluation. Show the from the figure the terms of frequency. Number of items termed in the present in a document by number of terms in the document. Inverse document of frequency IDF is equal to total number of documents by the number of terms in the documents. TF minus IDF is equal to IF TF and IDF. It's the actual is a true positive and the false negative, and the negative comes to the false positive and the true negative. Is a business analysis is a business use sentiment analysis for product improvements and marketing strategies, analyzing the customers perception and can inform decision making for both producers and consumers. Sentiment analysis also reveals customers' behavior, risk, and satisfaction levels. Productive reviews. E-commerce growth amplifies the importance of the sentiment analysis on customers' reviews. It helps the consumer make better purchasing decisions and business understand consumers and products. Market research and comparative analysis. Sentiment analysis market research identify brands, positioning and campaigning effectiveness. Healthcare and medical domain. The sentiment analysis in the healthcare and patients generated data to improve services. It assists understanding patients' experiences and public health trends through social media analysis. Reputation management. Brand level leverage sentiment analysis for monitoring and managing online reputation. It aids to understanding customer perception, adjusting marketing strategies accordingly. There is a review of analysis is sentiment analysis of reviews and aids view choice and content popularity. The travel industry utilizes for enhancing the customer experience based on review analysis. There is analysis, so we can say the number of types: customer reviews, aspect analysis, stock market, voice of customers, and social media market. In the customer reviews, sentiment analysis on a hospital review assists the consumers in selection bonus. In service improvement, aspect-based sentiment analysis are highly areas needing attention. In the aspect analysis is based on the sentiment analysis crucial feedback elements guiding business to focus on specific areas of customers and product features. The stock market trends by evaluating news sentiment. It also influences on cryptocurrency values and provides insight into financial market improvements. Voice of customers, the various channels via sentiment analysis identify the trends and issues, helping tailor customer group targeting and value position. The final one, social media monitoring, is offers real-time insights into public opinion, allowing business to respond promptly and track long-term sentiment trends. Challenges in sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis comes with various challenges ranging from the computational cost to informal writing and presence of variations in languages. Showing the structured sentiments. Structured sentiments appear in the formal reviews written by professionals on the scientific or factual topics. They present the clear thoughts and observations within the formal content, often seen in academic or technical discussions. Semi-structures and unstructured. Semi-structured sentiments blend formal and informal states, focusing on the item and advantages and disadvantages. In unstructured sentiments, following the no specific format and mixing the opinions freely. Such text may be blend positives and negatives with both expect and implements of the production features.
So the last slide is the conclusion. So in this paper, we have explored all the sentiment analysis and its various classification methods along with the pros and cons. And also we began with different levels of sentiment analysis and proceeded with the data collection, feature selection process, as my friend have explained in the beginning of the slides. So we then compared sentiment classification system, noting that supervised machine learning techniques, especially NB and SVM, are preferred for their accuracy and simplicity. Applications and challenges of sentiment analysis were examined, highlighting the impact of sentiment structured analysis difficulties. So the study indicates domain dependence is crucial for pinpoint challenges in sentiment analysis. Future work will extend the scope of comparison with new research, acknowledging that sentiment analysis remains an emerging and dynamic field of study. And thank you.
Read about it.